pull away on his own, watching himself walk past like he had no right. That was when Jungkook finally understood something. He couldn't protect Tae as a husband here, only as a CEO. And that choice hurt more than anything else. So Jungkook made a decision. From that day on, he stopped being Jungkook to Tae at the office. He became CEO Jeon Jungkook, nothing more. Stop looking at Tae through the glass walls. Stop noticing his small habits, the way he bite his nose, the way he always waited an extra second at the door. Meetings became strictly formal. Mrs. Kim, he said never Tae. Send this by no device this, you may leave. No softness, no pauses, no afterthoughts. Tae felt it immediately. The warmth was gone. Jungkook didn't ask him during the day anymore. Didn't ask if he had hit them. Didn't wait for him afterward at home. Conversation was short. Be careful, empty. Tae tried at first bringing Jungkook off his coffee, knocking on his office door with excuses just to see him. Jungkook never looked up longer than necessary. I'll review it later. You can go, that's what he said. Each word landed like a distance from punishment. Tae went back to his desk every time with his chest itching. This hurt more than jealousy, more than fight. Tae finally understood by asking Jungkook to hide the note. He had taken away Jungkook's right to protect him, to climb, to love openly in others. When Jungkook stood the little groups in the elevator, when their hands brushed accidentally while passing fields, when Jungkook's voice softened for half a second, in those moments, Tae thought, maybe today he'll be my husband again, but it never happened. At the office, Jungkook stayed exactly where he had placed himself, behind his desk, behind his title, behind the glass. Mr. Kim, he says, schedule the meeting, you may leave. Nothing more than that. Tae would stand there for a heartbeat longer than necessary, waiting for Jungkook to look up, to say something, to ask if he was okay, but Jungkook never did. Sometimes Tae made mistakes on purpose, small ones, harmless, just to see if Jungkook would scold him the way the husband would, pull him aside, lower his voice, but Jungkook only corrected him like a technique. Be careful next time, that's what he said. That hurt him the most, because Jungkook wasn't cruel. He wasn't cold to everyone. He was just cold to him. At home, Jungkook stayed late, working in silence. When they passed each other in a hallway, their shoulders didn't brush anymore. Their bed felt wider, emptier. Taehyung lay awake some nights, staring at the ceiling, wondering when he'll close his eyes. Not in office, but in Jungkook's heart. He missed the way Jungkook used to look at him, like he was something precious. Now at work, Jungkook looked at him like a task, and they realized something made his task age unbearably. Behind, hidden, and protected Taehyung from cautious, but it taken away one place he wanted to be seen at the most, as Jungkook's husband. Taehyung couldn't take it anymore. The moment Jungkook returned to his office, Tae followed him and slapped the glass door shut and putting the curtain. The sound echoed sharply, turning a few heads outside before the blinds automatically dimmed. Jungkook turned, startled. Tae, this is office. Tae's chest was waving, eyes burned. Do you think you can just avoid me? I burst out. Pretend I didn't exist. Jungkook's jaw tightened. This is not the place for this. I don't care. Tae snapped. I'm your husband. He stepped closer. That made Jungkook finally look at him, really look at him. His voice was calm but cool. Is that so? That wasn't something in Tae broke. He shot Jungkook back hard enough that Jungkook stumbled and fell against the sofa behind him. Before Jungkook could react, Tae was there, hands on the armrest, body leaning forward, eyes blazing. Yes, I am your husband, so act like one. Tae shouted. The room felt too small, too tight. Jungkook looked up at him, anger finally flashing through the restraint he'd been holding for weeks. And how letting everyone get close to you while I stand there silent by listening to someone say, "This is personal, you're touching me and doing nothing." Tae's voice cried, "Then why didn't you stop?" "Because I'm no one to you there. Taehyung, can you understand that? That's what you wanted." And Taehyung, "That's not I wanted. I wanted respect, not distance. I didn't want you to disappear." Taehyung shouted, Taehyung yelled. Jungkook stood up silently, wanting Tae to step back. His eyes were dark. "You didn't get to ask me to run and blame me for getting innocent. Then climb in and tears falling. Just one. Show everyone I'm yours." Jungkook laughed bitterly. "You're not ready for that." "Yes, I am," Taehyung shouted. "I'm ready now. I don't want this silent version of it. I wouldn't want to see you who used to be like I'm nothing. I want you just my husband. I want my husband." And then silent. Jungkook stared at him, just raising hands clenched at his sides. "And when the world tears you apart, I will say everything you have achieved is because of me. Will you still say you're ready?" Tae swallowed hard. "Why shaking, my friend? I'd rather face them than lose you like this." For the first time in years, Jungkook looked like he was about to fall apart. But this was the final time avoided, and neither of them was running away. The same taste was rising fast and angry, and the hearts moved. "I am ready for your punishment, for you to climb. I am ready for everything." That was what Jungkook realized. In one shot, he grabbed Tae's wrist and turned him around, pinning him carefully, but firmly, against the wall beside his window. Not to hurt him, never that, but enough to make Tae freeze itching. "Careful with what you say," Jungkook crowed low voice. "I star, you have no idea what you are asking for." Tae didn't look away. His voice trembled, but he didn't back down. "That's it. That's the Jungkook I want, not the one who pretend I'm nothing." Jungkook grip tightened just a fraction. "I want you more than once." Tae swallowed. "Then do it. Stop holding back." Jungkook leaned in, voice barely above a whisper. "Fine, now you'll see." He released Tae suddenly and stepped back, straightening his jacket. The CEO mask slid back into the place, but this time it was intentional. "We are going back to work," Jungkook said firmly, "and from now on things will change." Tae's heart was pounding. "What does that mean?" Jungkook opened the glass door, not looking up. "It means I'm done pretending I didn't see you." And for the first time, Tae didn't feel invisible anymore, only terrified and relieved all at once. Because to whatever Jungkook had decided just now, there was no going back from it. The house was quiet, but the tension was set. Jungkook sat on his laptop open, eyes fixed at the screen. But his mind wasn't there. It hasn't been there all day. Silence had been in his arm. Being the CEO had become his shield. He watched him for a long moment. Then he walked over, shut the laptop firmly, and placed it at the table. Tae, too late. Tae climbed on his lap, straddling him without hesitation, hands gripping his shoulder. His eyes searched Jungkook's face, angry, desperate, wonder. "Look at me," Tae demanded. Jungkook's expression darkened. "Who gave you permission, Tae?" Tae didn't answer. Jungkook's voice dropped, slow and controlled. "Get down, go stand there." The command hung heavy in the air. Tae hesitated, then obeyed. He stepped back and stood where Jungkook pointed, just rising fast, emotional trouble just beneath his skin. Jungkook stood, closing the distance with deliberate steps. "Will you ever let someone else get close to you like that again?" "No," Tae said immediately, shaking his head. "Will you let anyone touch you?" "No." "Let anyone climb you?" "No." Jungkook reached out, gripping Tae's chin just enough to make him look hurt. "Then why did you make me watch?" Tae's eyes burned. "Because you stopped seeing me." because you asked me to hide. I didn't ask you to disappear, Tae shouted. I asked you to trust me, not abandon me. Silence crashed between them. Tae swallowed hard. I'm ready for your punishment, for you to climb me. I'm ready for you. That was it. Jungkook moved in one shape motion, pinning Tae back against the wall, careful but unyielding. His presence overwhelming without being cruel. Careful, Jungkook warned, voiced up. You didn't say things like that unless you mean them. Tae met his gaze, unafraid now. I mean it. Jungkook's breath was heavy. I warned you, and now you see. He raised Tae slowly, stepping back just enough to breathe again. Go stand. Tae obeyed without question. Jungkook studied him, really studied him for several weeks. Are you ready to listen now, doll? Yes. Tae replied immediately. Ready to stop challenging me? Yes. Jungkook exhaled slowly, controlled, settled back into him. Good. His thumb pressed the ring. They always hide on a chain beneath his clothes. Just once intentional. Then remember this, you're mine. When I say stop, you stop. They nodded, eyes burning, hearts pounding. Jungkook stepped back, voice firm but low. Go, get ready. We'll talk about the rest later, Jungkook said. They sensed the fight. They sensed Jungkook had looked at him like that. They sensed those familiar hands never touched him. And that was what hurt the most. Why isn't he touching me? They thought bitterly. If he was angry before, shouldn't he have done already something? The silence made his thought louder. Jungkook stood the other way, phone in hand, calm to calm. He planned something. He wanted to take out, make it up him properly, not through hate but intention. He wants to take out. But Tae didn't know that, and Tae was overthinking himself into flames. He suddenly sat up. Yeah, Jian Jungkook, he snapped. Jungkook turned slowly, what? Tae's eyes were short, heart mixed with challenge. Why didn't you touch me? The words hung heavy in the air. Jungkook blinked, clearly not expecting that. Tae stood up, hands clenched. It's been days we fought. You were jealous. You were angry, so you shouldn't have, right? Jungkook understand then Tae wasn't asking for touch, he was asking for reassurance. Instead of answering, Jungkook walked to the bed and sat down casually, crossing his legs like he had all the time in the world. Why should I? He asked calmly. Tae froze. What? Why should I touch you? Jungkook repeated, voice relaxed. You won't, Tae asked, disbelief creeping in. Jungkook shrugged. I won't, casually, like it didn't matter. That was it. Fire ignited in Tae's eyes. Are you sure you won't? Tae asked, stepping closer. No, Jungkook replied, not even looking bothered. Tae snapped, let me see the jaw, Jungkook. Jungkook turned his head to hide a smile, threatening to break her. God, my husband is so cute when he's angry. Are you challenging me? Tae demanded. Jungkook finally looked up at him, eyes dark amused. Yes. Tae laughed softly. Fine, I'm taking this challenge. Let me see how long you can control yourself. Tae said. He moved closer, slow, deliberate. Every step was intentional. Jungkook didn't overreach, he just watched. Tae leaned in, close enough that Jungkook could feel his breath. You started this, Tae whispered. Jungkook's jaw tightened, but he still stayed. Inside he was losing, but outside, composed, controlled, dominant. Do your best, Jungkook said quietly. Let's see, and Tae smiled because he had never lost the challenge to Jungkook, not once. Tae deliberately walked a few steps back, far enough that Jungkook could see him fully. He made sure of it. When Jungkook's height followed him, dark, sharp, already warning, Tae slipped covered into his small, smug spring. Oh, Tae murmured, you're watching? Jungkook didn't answer. He didn't need to. His gaze was locked, jaw clenched, hands resting far too calmly on his thighs. Tae lifted his arms slowly, stretching on purpose, letting the woman draw attention. Then his fingers slide to the hem of his shirt. Jungkook's breath hedged. Tae, he said low and